Hi, it's Carly McAvoy. The weekly video this week is talking about college education. Is it a good value? And why are we asking that question? One of the reasons we keep asking about it is because students are graduating with debt. The student debt crisis has been making headlines, but rising student debt is only one part of this complicated equation. Before we answer the big question, is it a good value, we have to understand a little bit about student debt. Many times when students take out loans, it may be the first time they've ever taken loans out if they're right out of high school, and they don't fully understand the consequences or the long-term effect having student debt is going to have. So Prudential did a study, and they were asking students questions like, how long will it take you to pay off your loan? And 74% of the students they talked to did not know how long it was going to take them. It could take up to 30 years. So you could get out when you're 22 and pay that debt off until you're 52. They don't know how much their monthly payment will be. Sometimes they get out and they are told, okay, in 6 months you have to start paying this back, and you're going to be paying back $450 a month. That's a staggering amount, which is why people report that they put off buying a house because of their student loan debt. 59% don't know how much of their income will have to go towards repayment, and 52% didn't know if anyone co-signed for their loan. So when you start thinking about loan debt, you should really consider every dollar of it. It's great to take out a loan to pay for tuition, but is it worth it to take out a loan so you can take a spring break trip? Some people blame colleges. Are colleges responsible? Well, colleges and universities do benefit from the federal student loan system. Because of that system, more students are able to attend that couldn't pay without the loans, and there's no risk to the school. The risk is to the student if they default. Many colleges offer and promote degree programs that do not lead to well-paying jobs, only more education. So students are getting out with degrees but not finding a well-paying job with that degree. Some private schools offer easy entry but high tuition. Corinthian Colleges and ITT Technical Institute both shut down after being accused of falsifying graduation rates and subsequent employment prospects for those graduates. But mostly, colleges' roles in the student debt crisis is not criminal or done with ill intent. Every school benefits from high graduation rates and satisfied students. Satisfied students tell other people to go there and attend. And knowing how to support students to achieve those goals is an ongoing effort at many schools today. How can you sidestep the student loan fiasco? Roughly 1 out of every 6 student loans is expected to default over its lifetime. That can lead to long-term financial problems for borrowers, as well as placing a burden on taxpayers. But the question to be asking is, who's defaulting and why are they defaulting? The students who are most likely to get into trouble with debt are the ones who don't graduate. 60% of bachelor degree students earn a degree in 6 years, and 39% of associate degree students earn a degree in 3 years. So you can see that if people start going and they take out debt and then they don't finish, they're not going to get the benefit of that higher paying job, but they're still going to have to pay back their student loans. By attending a community college, you are already making a wise economic decision. Couple that with making the most of your time in school by taking only the classes you need for your degree and tapping into financial resources like scholarships, grants, and maybe even loans from grandma, and you can finish with the minimum amount of debt and an increased earning power. Student debt is a real problem, but still, the average student receives a massive lifetime financial return from earning a college degree. This return is true even when you account for the lower earning majors and varying abilities among students. It holds true when you look just at students who take on substantial debt, and it's true even when you factor in the risk that you may never graduate. It's also true for students who perform poorly in their classes, so long as they actually graduate in the end. In other words, having student loans totaling $30,000, which is the national average, and a college degree at age 22 is a much better situation on average than foregoing college and deciding to enter the labor market at age 18. It's a better situation because you will begin to earn more even with that $30,000 debt, you'll eventually get that paid off. And in one of the statistics I read was by 34, people really start to see the benefit, and the longer you stay in the market, the more benefit you'll see. When experts and journalists spend so much time talking about the limitations of education, they almost certainly are discouraging some teenagers from going to college and some adults from going back to earn degrees. Those same experts and journalists are sending their own children to college and often obsessing over which one. The decision to not attend college for fear that it's a bad deal is among the most economically irrational decisions anybody could make in 2014. And this was a comment from someone named Michael in the middle of the David Leonard New York Times article. But it's something to think about. The people that are doing these statistical studies and writing about it and asking whether it's worth it, they've all been to college. And if they have children, odds are their children are going to go to college too. So those are the people that are questioning it, right? According to a paper published in the journal Science, the true cost of a college degree is about negative $500,000. Negative means over the long run, college is cheaper than free. Not going to college will cost you $500,000. And then from David Leonard from the New York Times article, college is a no-brainer. It's the most reliable ticket to the middle class and beyond. Those who question the value of college tend to be those with the luxury of knowing their own child will be able to attend it. And I think that's a really good point to think about. When people from uneducated, by uneducated I mean people who have not gone to college, excuse me, I stumbled over that, when they were asked the importance of a college degree, even though they didn't have one, they wanted one for their children because they saw the benefit in it and they see how it can take you from one socioeconomic class into another. And this down here is from the Department of Education. A person with a bachelor's degree will earn $2.7 million more in their lifetime than a high school graduate. You're not taking out loans for $2.7 million, so you can see how you could start to reap the benefit. This negative $500,000 figure came from looking at the cost of tuition and fees and subtracting that from the extra money that a person would make from having a bachelor's degree. And also I thought this was worth it, this study from the Historical Trend Report from 2016, the distribution of family income for 18 to 20-year-olds who earned a bachelor's degree. And what this is showing us is that the 54% of the people that earned a degree came from the top 52%. So the people in the higher socioeconomic groups are the people who are getting degrees. And so if you look at the lowest socioeconomic group down here in the bottom 12%, they account for 10% of the population that are getting degrees. And that keeps the people in the lower quartiles down in the lower quartiles. If you want to rise up, you need to get the education. You get the education, you will benefit from it. Your children will also benefit from it. Degrees offer increased income potential, better retirement benefits. Usually if you have a degree, a job that requires a degree, you see lower unemployment rates. It's usually a difference recently between 8% down to a little over 2% for people with bachelor's degrees, and lowered poverty rates and better health insurance for the jobs that require degrees. So is a college education a good value? Back to my original question. My answer, based on multiple statistical studies and my own experience, is a definite yes. Another question is, though, are student loans worth it? And for that I say, know what you're getting into. You know what your monthly payment will be. Know how long it will take you to pay off your loan, and plan to carry as little debt as possible, and then maybe it will be worth it to take out a loan. If you have taken out loans and you get out of college and you have trouble paying it, please avoid the scams. People are out there preying on people that have student loans, offering you a faster way to get rid of it, or are saying pay us and we'll help you consolidate. Consolidating your student loan debt through the federal government is free. And most anything they can do for you, you can do for yourself for free. And nobody can make your loan go away. Student loans are not dismissible even if you go through bankruptcy. So please don't fall prey to any of those. And if you think that you are, you can always go to studentaid.gov to find out more about that. All right, have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you next time.